Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in our channel. Reaching 100 subscribers made us very happy and enthusiastic with what we're doing. We do hope these videos are as insightful and helpful to you guys as it was for us in making them. So without further ado, let's get right into our episode. At first glance, Manchester just seems like another Hallmark dressed up, somewhat like the already praised Hacksaw Ridge. What was so interesting is the way how Lonergan has set up the process. The story wants you to be invested in Lee from the very first frame. It wants you to ask, well, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he so gloomy? Then as the questions are being formed, it slowly grows a mood in you. And when the flashbacks kicks in, we are completely involved in the story. At an hour in, you not only care for Lee, but you want him to get better. And that brings us to, how did Lonergan do this? As you may already know, voiceover is a narrative device, often used to reveal a character's feelings, thoughts, a sense in which our character relates to his context.
Smells like balls.
The best example to illustrate this is the voiceover done by Edward Norton in Fight Club.
People are always asking me if I know Tyler Durden.
3 minutes. This is it. Ground zero.
Other very interesting voiceover, less overcrank as Edward Norton's, is when a character is talking ahead of a scene yet to be seen on screen.
'Cause it's never just a dream, is it? A face full of glass hurts like hell when you're in it.
This normally occurs when an editor made an L or J cut in an editing room, but let's not get into that. Voiceover enables audience to get an idea of characters' feelings and thoughts. It shows us a side of a character that doesn't reveal to the others, much to our own thoughts in real life. Manchester by the Sea does exactly the opposite. By not revealing what is Lee thinking about, it creates a sense of mystery. A question that is only revealed till the climax. The movie is set up in a way that it impedes you to have an introspective understanding of Lee's emotion. It stops you from getting to know him all too well. But at the same time, it tries to communicate question, thoughts, ambiguity by simply watching the actor's behavior both to himself and towards others. By removing the voiceover, it enhances the feeling of Lee's life defined by the events that happen. It is understood that the wave of thoughts he faces every day is probably borderline suicidal. His life was completely severed into before and after the fire. In fact, this method reminds us of the emotional impairment also seen in Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood, where no voiceover is employed as well.
I do my own drilling. Run a family business. This is my son and my partner, H.W. Plainview.
And in both films, we will never truly understand our main characters' actions, why they do the things they do, but we sort of sympathize with their strange behavior. Many filmmakers like Martin Scorsese or David Fincher had mentioned that so often people wonder the things that happens within the frame, but what is more interesting is also what happens outside of the frame, what I am not showing you. This leaves room to questions, theories, and debates. It encourages audience to participate, perhaps exactly what every film should try to achieve nowadays. Manchester by the Sea, with its no voiceover, emphasized this. Through the introspection to the mystery Lee hides behind his sad-ridden eyes and tiredness of living, it gave us mystery in the first half of the film, and it evolves into sympathy. One of the most praised features of Lonergan's work, not only in this film but all of his directorials, is that his stories mimics real life in the most rawest form. His characters aren't characters itself, they're like a neighbor or friend of a friend. And this is not an easy task to film. Manchester by the Sea is the kind of movie that needed its audience to feel sincerity of emotion rather than understanding them. It values the sincerity by offering us moments, nuances of life. Take the frozen chicken or the burning saucepan. It captures real life in a way that it almost seems like a documentary. Another aspect that is deeply appreciated is the ending. The ending that isn't happy isn't icing on the top, it isn't Disney. The story does not cheapen our sympathy nor emotion, it doesn't mock us. It was crucial to witness Lee's inability to connect, his inability to find peace. In the final moments of the movie, we only get to see Lee smile once. It almost seems like a relief. But it doesn't confirm the idea that he was going to be okay, and the film does not even care to get there either way. If this story had an otherwise ending, it might have backfired. So, in your next film, if you're leaning to make a heartfelt movie, take Lonergan as a great inspiration. In his films, we don't get nice innovative camera angles, nor elaborate long shots, nor impressive colors or cuts or visual motives. The film relies completely in its talents and on the good old power of genuine storytelling. Spielberg once said, "Story first, technique second." And often this is all you need to connect with an audience. Remember, Lonergan did win for Best Original Screenplay. Sincerity with a little bit of humor is all you need sometimes. If you're interested to learn more of Lonergan, in this award seasons, he's been giving a lot of interesting interviews and conferences. One of them that seems of major value is the one that he's given to the Off-Camera Show channel, in which he talks a little bit more about emotional insincerity in Hollywood films, which are delightful if you're a fan of his work or is just getting started with his filmography. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and share the videos with a fellow filmmaker or movie geek. We greatly appreciate that. See you guys next time.